Have you ever felt completely alone, even when surrounded by people, like you could disappear and no one would even notice? You're not the only one. In fact, loneliness is becoming the silent epidemic of our generation. You're not alone in feeling alone. Loneliness is no longer just an emotion. It has become a global crisis. Studies show that people today feel lonelier than ever before. The irony? We are more connected than ever, yet we rarely experience true connection. Social media gives us the illusion of connection, but takes away real human bonds. We're afraid to show vulnerability, so we hide our loneliness. We replace deep conversations with quick text messages, but words on a screen can't replace emotion. When was the last time you truly felt seen and heard? We live in a time where busyness is glorified, where productivity is prioritized over presence, where being strong often means suffering in silence. We scroll through endless feeds, seeing the highlights of other people's lives, comparing them to our own behind-the-scenes moments. And each time we do, we sink a little deeper into isolation. We are afraid to reach out, afraid of rejection, afraid that our pain is too much of a burden for others. And so, we smile, we pretend, and we tell ourselves we're fine. But we are not fine. Loneliness is not just a feeling, it's a silent killer. Studies link chronic loneliness to heart disease, depression, and even a shorter lifespan. When we lack connection, our bodies feel it, our minds feel it, our souls feel it, and yet, in a world filled with billions of people, why do so many of us feel invisible? The truth is, connection doesn't happen by accident. We have to create it. We have to nurture it. Put down your phone. Look someone in the eyes when they speak. Ask deeper questions. Listen not just to respond, but to understand. Dare to be vulnerable. Real connection starts when we remove the mask. Loneliness isn't solved by more followers, more likes, or more distractions. It's solved by more presence, more courage, more heart. Somewhere along the way, we stopped prioritizing real human connection. We started choosing convenience over depth, surface-level interactions over meaningful conversations. But the human heart was never meant to live in isolation. We crave touch, we crave presence, we crave being understood. Think back to a time when you felt deeply connected to someone. Maybe it was a conversation that lasted for hours. Maybe it was a moment of silence where no words were needed. Maybe it was a simple act of kindness that reminded you you matter. Those moments are rare, but they don't have to be. We have the power to change this, to rebuild what was lost, to choose real connection over digital noise. So, how do we do it? Make time for people, real time. Time without distractions, without screens, without rushing to the next thing. Express how you feel. Tell someone you appreciate them. Tell someone you care. Create spaces where people feel safe to open up. Be the person who listens, who understands, who stays when everyone else leaves. Loneliness thrives in silence, but connection begins with a single step, a single moment, a single choice. Loneliness is not just about being alone. It's about feeling unseen, unheard, disconnected from the world around us. But the truth is, We have the power to change this. The antidote to loneliness isn't more followers, more likes, or more distractions. It's real human connection. The smallest actions can make the biggest difference. A genuine conversation, a kind word, a moment of presence. When was the last time you truly looked someone in the eyes and asked, "How are you?" and really meant it? It's time to choose connection, to step beyond the screen and into each other's lives, to remind ourselves that we are not alone, that none of us ever really are. Let's start today. Reach out, speak, listen, because real connection is what truly makes us human.